Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, welcome back. This is going to be our show match between your DreamHack champions, Simplicity Esports, and the lovely Storm Esports, who I believe were our second place runners-up in CCL. So a very exciting match here. Just a little bit of information for you all before we get started. It is way past the bedtime of some of these players, so we will have a couple of substitutions in here. So Cure and Masquerade have, decided that they need to head to bed. They have work in the morning. So Madara and Jay will be taken over for them. So they're going to have lots of fun. And what are you hoping for, Tetcher? This is a show match. It means we get to be as silly as we want with no consequences.
For starters, I hope Masquerade can get some sleep. He said he had to be in work at 6 a.m. and he is French, which means he has to be in work in about an hour. So I hope he can get at least a little bit of sleep.
Oh, goodness. I hope he took a nap or something.
100% agreed. They've got some substitutes, like we say. We got Jay and Madara, so that should be good. Big fan of Madara. I think they're brilliant. So maybe we'll see some of those Madara favorites. Maybe we can see the return of that Medivh. I do like seeing it, even though I am incredibly toxic towards it, because it annoys me to no end. But it is still great to see. I would also maybe like to see some heroes that we've seen a little bit rise in priority, like the Karazim, for example. We always see it every now and again. And Storm are one of the teams who have snuck it in a couple times. And the big thing I would like to see, let us see Zagara. She's banned every game. Well, let's see what the big deal is. What's the fuss?
Is I don't know, was it your expectations are above or below mine? Because, this is a Storm match, a show match. It is a Storm match, but also a show match. I want to see something silly, or something spicy. Bring out a Kerrigan comp, bring out a Murky, I don't know, play Morales Lily, something super crazy. Morales. There's Morales was changed, Jaina was changed. Maybe bring some of them in. I don't want to see, Blaze. What else? Blaze, Stukov, Cassia. The stuff we've seen. No, please, meme. Chokeall, please.
That is fair. I feel both. I would be happy with both. Like you said, this is for fun. There is a prize on the line. There are Zowie mice on the line for these players, which means we are going to see a little bit of tryhard. We're just waiting for our last players. But like you said, it's a show match. Nothing's on the line except for honor points and some mice. It's a little bit of fun. We'll see what they can do. In general, the Cho'Gall would be very fun. It is Towers of Doom, and it's not a terrible map for Cho'Gall. I would love to see the Morales. Like you say, she got reworked. Okay, here's the dream meme comp. Morales with Rhaegar with Bloodlust, and Ana with Nano Boost for the CDR. You get the CDR of Morales so that she can spam her grenade more, Bloodlust the Morales so you get more of the percentage damage, and then hyper carry the Morales.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't hoping for that crazy, but yeah, hyper support Cho'Gall. I would absolutely be behind, Ana Morales. You give Stim Drone for Cho, right? And you give Nano Boost for Gall, and then you just watch him raid boss down the lane and wipe everybody, just back in the good old WoW days where you would get bopped by him, right?
Chuck a Medivh in there just to make it absolutely unkillable, and then your last pick is just a double soaker, or the Vikings, and just the 3-4 man just runs down bot lane and wins. I love it. And then you get to the death zone and we didn't think this through.
I don't know about that, because that would require a 6-man roster. Remember, Cho'Gall is 2 people.
You're right. Maths is hard. Don't do it on stream.
But, it's something like that. I always like when we have a show match, and it's just for fun. Make sure that, everybody in chat has a good time. We got a heckin' lot of folks in chat right now, and a lot of these folks, may not have ever seen Heroes of the Storm being played. So do something fun. Encourage them to come play. Be like, what's that guy? I don't know. There was a 4v5 the entire game, and they just bodied these people. Apparently, the guy with 2 heads is 2 players. That's wild. I don't know. Something like that I think would be really, really fun.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Cho'Gall! No, absolutely get it. But in this case, we finally have Dayquaza showing up. Another very reasonable lateness here. He has also been sleeping because it is, as I mentioned, 5 a.m. currently in France, and we have another French player. Turns out the French, very good at Heroes of the Storm, and also Dayquaza, one of the other players who has almost as many wins this season as Masquerade. So, unfortunately, we don't get the rematch of the French versus French matchup, because one of them decided to put themselves on the bench by going to bed.
He's got some nerve going to work, making a living, paying rent, instead of playing video games for a living? What kind of person?
The kind of person who is going to miss this amazing game. Towers of Doom is ready, the draft is beginning, and we are heading in to Simplicity, your DreamHack champions, versus our Showmatch team at Storm Esports. Let's go! With Simplicity
I am
getting first ban.
excited. All right, what are we banning? Come on, meme draft, meme bans. Ban like, I don't know. Like Zagara because she's no fun and we don't want to see her.
You gotta go hyper serious on the ban so that there's more meme stuff available.
Oh, see, I was thinking like a Zagara murky ban or something like that.
But then there's less meme heroes to pick.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to just see bad heroes or watch them play bad Heroes of the Storm. Like, you know, my personal favorite. Somebody crazy like Arthas, you know?
You said bad Heroes of the Storm. Why you could try to confuse people by saying
That's true.
Arthas?
Actually, for folks who have never never seen or played Heroes of the Storm, there's a hero in here called Arthas. You may be familiar with him if you played any WoW ever, because he's always brought up. He's actually the best hero in the game. In fact, he's so good that people just don't pick him anymore because they would like the game to last longer than 15 seconds. It's in the rules. You can't play him because he's so good.
100% agree. He's too strong. Too strong. We're going to see the spiked ban on Karazim here. Was mentioned in the chat earlier, going to be removed. But that does leave Vala open to be first pick.
Alrighty, makes sense there. You know, start out serious, so we can get crazier and crazier by the end. Or if they went like a serious comp, like I would love like a roulette draft, you know?
Maybe they are drafting for each other and no one told us. Conspiracy theories. BBJ gonna pick up that Lucio and Blaze. So far, everything's pretty standard.
And my heart's dying a little bit inside.
So
the
far,
mice
neither
are
of us
pretty
got what we
gosh darn
want.
good. So if you want to try hard for the mice, then absolutely, you know, makes sense. I feel like it'd be more fun to be like, hey, do you like my mouse? I won it with a Kira Kerrigan Murky comp. But you know, like if you want to play standard too, that's a choice.
Never mind. I mean, it's kind of standard. We do see it every now and again. It's a great map for it, but it's less standard than usual, so it is a win already for us. And also, Jay is a very good Vikings. Snuck it in a couple times in the past, so great to see that coming in.
Absolutely. Gonna see the Diablo banned away here. Makes sense with what the team is showing. But I'm kind of hoping, you know, we're going to get something silly in the end. We already have the Vikings, so despite it being a more standard, you know, draft, obviously Vikings can be super OP. You can harass around the shrines. My heart cries out for silliness.
Here's the play. Main tank Olaf. No tank comp. Just Olaf coming in. No CC. I'm on the slow until level 16. There could be some silliness. There is potential. We'll have to see. Don't crack Burden. Let's start the try-harding. I like it. I like it.
Why do you like this? Why do you hate fun?
They can still have fun while playing for wins. The prize is good. Let's see what they do for the final two pickups. Simplicity already going a little bit more chaotic with their draft. Imperious. Yay! We got one. Double support, Morales, Vala. Let's go. I hope it's a medevac game so we can get reinforced. Fly the Vikings in. Let's go.
I love the suggestion from chat, just ARAM Showmatch, cancel the lobby. But no, this is good. This is exciting. Thank you, Simplicity, for understanding the true nature of what this is meant to be. Come on, something crazy wild. Come on. Oh.
It's still pretty cool. The second time we're seeing Jada today. We'll see how well they're able to utilize that. Murdered and Blaze have the capability to jump onto that Morales in the backline. So, of course, I'm immediately rooting for Simplicity for having the more fun comp.
Yeah, absolutely. So, who's your favorite draft and why is it Simplicity?
Simplicity, because I like the idea of the Swedish air.
So we head on in to our show match. It is going to be your CCL two-time champions, your DreamHack, I was going to say qualifiers. They did technically win a qualifier, but they are our DreamHack Beyond champions. It is Simplicity taking on some other guys. Their name is like Maelstrom or something.
Storm Esports have a very cool draft. It's very much more meta, which is why we are going on this, because this is a show match. We're here to have some fun. Storm Esports, they have chosen to come at this very try-hard, so we're going to be judging everything they do. But every match should be like it is life or death. I have come up with the strategy. Jinxie Cat.
Okay.
Exactly what I suggested, with Medivac Vikings, but it's boat. We reinforce the Vikings into the team fight. They drop the longboat so they can split soak and then just port to get brought in by Morales.
Oh,
it's genius.
My goodness. All right. Let's head on in to our game here. Remember, it is just going to be a best of one, so whoever wins this is going to be the coolest and most attractive. Over on the blue side, we have Legacy on the Morales. Madara will be your Imperius. Jay on the Lost Vikings. Lutano is your Vala. And Hosty will be your Stukov. Please, Storm, I mean, no offense. I just wanted to just point that out there. I'm in jest with all my jokes.
Of course. We are all good with the chill. We can joke around here. Storm looking to try and claim some honor back. Get some revenge for CCL here with a very strong draft here. Kepi coming in here. Heck yeah, getting some South Korea in this on that Jada. BBJ is playing the Lucio. Lolba on Muradin. Ivy Tings is playing that Junkrat. And of course, we have in top lane Blaze. It's being played by Dayquaza, and bot lane there is a brawl as Jada becomes first blood, and Simplicity pushing deep, just missing the kill on Lolba.
Really nicely done there. Able to back away, get this soak up. Extra healing. Legacy just all the way in there. Gonna see a Viking go down in the mid lane to Blaze. Lutano under absolutely no threat. Just gonna continue to push away at this bottom tower.
Harassment back and forth from the members of Storm Esports, but they can't seem to do enough damage to pressure Lutano. Legacy, burning down with energy, has gone for that auto-attack range on level 1. Potentially could lead into the percentage damage later. Try and burn through that Muradin with your support. I don't know why we need another support with percentage damage, but we have one. Here comes the wraparound from BBJ again. He's trying to force a positioning mistake from the members of Simplicity. So far, no such luck, as we have a quick pause.
Uh-oh. Kepi paused the game, probably to ask the team why they drafted so meta and serious. Noted. This is just the what I've lovingly referred to as the Simplicity curse. Every single match that we've had, that man has had some kind of technical difficulties.
It is unfortunate, but this time it is Storm Esports who are having the difficulty, not Simplicity. But yeah, like you said, it is the curse. Madara saying good morning to Lolba. It is 5 a.m. where he is, so fair enough.
Oh, good. Bless Lolba, man. I did an EU tournament this weekend where they expected the game was going to be, at whatever time it was CEST, which was between 6:30 and 7 a.m. for me. And just getting up that early to cast Heroes of the Storm, I was just like in bed, like...
Why?
People shouldn't be awake this early. So having him get up at 5 a.m., just mad respect.
Absolutely feel it. I am currently living on that American time zone lifestyle despite being in the UK. It is dark outside, but in another hour, the sun will rise. Shout out if you recognize that reference. Or sorry, just a few hours, the sun will rise. But yeah, it's waking up early for casts, always a bad time. Offline casts are some of the worst because you'll be told, okay, the game starts at 1 PM, so we're going to need you in at 6 AM. Why? So that we can do sound test. Why do you need us for that, to see if the mics work? Come in at 6:30. You have 30 more minutes. Yeah,
the worst
always
thing
the way.
I think I've ever experienced at an offline event was BlizzCon 2017, where Fnatic was playing versus, I believe they were MVP Black at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they had the whole schedule out, and it was like, you know, a game at 11, a game at 2, and then Fnatic played at 4. Well, the series were absolutely brutal, and all the teams were just getting gobsmacked. And after the one series, I went to go home, have some lunch, because I had 2 hours before Fnatic would be playing. Spent $8 on an Uber to get back to my hotel. The second I get there, my friend texts me, he's like, Fnatic is starting right now. Get back here. So I spent another $8 as soon as I got home. Didn't get to have lunch to watch them lose, and it was an awful time. So, you know...
Unlucky. No, I feel you. Alright, the teams are ready. We are just waiting for... There we go. Our admin to jump back in so that we can get underway. And it looks like we are. We're heading back in as Utano is hitting a wall.
Very, very good. You love to see it. You can see those Vikings clearing out that minion wave. Everybody else dueling it out in the bottom lane. And it's just a bloodbath down here.
They're just pressuring. They've taken down a tower, taken down the side wall, and they're most of the way through the gate. That's a lot of damage onto Lutano. Legacy wasn't that far forward this time, but it's enough. The quick healing. Morales really does just... You don't think burst healing when you think of Morales, but it really kind of does. The amount of work it can do. Good grenade, interrupting the port from Ivy Tings as well. There's just so much pressure that this can apply. And they did not... Storm Esports were not prepared to counter this. Also, it's an auto-attack Valor. Taking a leaf out of Diamond Hand's book here.
Jeez, yeah, I think the only auto-attack Valor I've ever seen is the Diamond Hand Valor. Legacy under some big trouble there. Not going to be able to get away. Both supports eaten alive just in time for this altar phase. And this might be where the members of Simplicity have a little bit of trouble.
Daquaza says, enough of this, and just comes down, drops the double stun. This is getting silly now. Also, BBJ, great rotation. Guarantees the turn for his team, prevents the Vikings from bullying. Olaf has died down here, and Storm may be able to get the double channel, even with Vikings. Creating a delay. Ivy Tings barely surviving, and that's a lot of burst with the Jada to take out Madara here. The supports are coming in, but not enough. The BBJ with the auto attacks.
And weren't able to burst down Lutano yet, though. So we are going to see one altar go over to the side, two actually, to Simplicity here, who are looking for blood. BBJ is low. Now, they're just going to step back, try and reset for a moment.
They're not going to go for the full invade on the camp yet. Imperius is not back yet, so they just walk away. BBJ playing far forward. He eats a lot of damage from Lutano, but he causes enough of a distraction and delay to guarantee the kill. Madara zones away, keeps Hosty safe. The Morales healing Stukov is a very amusing picture, but in this case, we're seeing Storm Esports beginning to gain a bit of momentum back.
They're going to look to grab their own camp here. Everybody else looking to soak up. We have a slight XP lead now going over to the side of Storm Esports. They're going to grab their camp. Morales, of course, just checking on everybody. Hosty has to soak that middle lane. They're looking for Madara. Big stun coming through. Viking is so very low. Legacy will save the day. They're going to find a big spear onto two members. Great knockback from BBJ. Silence comes out. Nobody going down just yet, though.
A lot of pressure, they're able to take out Vala once again, even with these two supports. We're seeing the kills being picked up. What a spear, though! We still see Stukov go down, but Mana is doing a lot of damage here, but it's not enough. Health bar's too high on Storm Esports. Uh-oh. Legacy goes for a ride. Not a rocket ride, though, just a concussion mine ride. And there's a rocket ride! Why not? As we do see that being picked up, Storm Esports are just gaining a lot of momentum here. They have control. The Vikings are dying. It turns out the tryhard comp's doing pretty well, but with Rocket Ride Haymaker, they're at least picking some fun talents. Also, we're seeing the combustion as well.
Dang, I was taking down notes, ready for this to be the next the next big thing. Unfortunately, it seems to only have worked up until level 4. They're down 10s, just going to have to sacrifice these altars for the time being. And now we'll see what they can do to bring it back. They're getting very close to those heroics. Vala has lost 2 of her Gambit abilities there. There's the Rocket Ride coming in. Only going to connect onto Legacy, who will be able to get away with that 25% armor.
They're able to heal up Lutado so quickly, and there's level 10. Rafa Van Jareth is play again. We don't get the air and sea combo. We don't even get the air combo, as it is a stim drone coming in. I know it's probably better as an auto-attack Vala. It's going to do so much damage, but it isn't a boat. We're going to see the massive shove coming in. Lutado knocked back by the concussion mine. Nice Rain of Vengeance. Knocked back with the Haymaker, but Lutado is still holding, forcing back Loba, but they're not able to find the kill.
Big stun coming through. Great use of the Murden there. Next to no value from that stim drone. Only able to get a couple of autos on that big fat Murden. And so now, team just has to back away. They can try once again in a couple of seconds. For the time being, once again, Simplicity is really struggling here. They're going to look for Jay. Aren't able to connect with that stun. Able to get back to safety. No more kills for the Vikings.
Is able to play around it for now, and they're getting closer to those big talent tiers. The percentage damage talents, Nequata coming around the wall with combustion, clearing a huge amount of damage. Hosty is in the wrong neighborhood. Complete separate from his team. Another charge from Dayquaza. He's popping off. He popped off so hard that the rocket ride hits nothing.
This time, that 25% armor not going to be as helpful. Olaf will go down. Yeah, that combustion is super OP. Sun coming out from Lobo. They're looking for Madara. He's going to try and hit them with that extra damage from the Holy Fervor. Not going to connect just yet, though. But despite being constantly clapped in these team fights, Simplicity aren't doing so bad in terms of altars channeled.
They're doing okay. They're keeping up. They've got 2 on the board. Big charge with that collision course now on Dayquaza. They also get the knockback with the grenade. And yeah, that's a very dead Dayquaza. They know. Just going to let that die. They stim drone Stukov. Look at him go. Love it.
I mean, he's actually got one of the highest damaging auto attacks in the game, which is really crazy for his support. And it is, because he attacks so slow. But if you allow him to do so, then it absolutely just wrecks your day.
I'm so on board with this. So on board. We see System Shock coming in from Morales, so it's crazy with the Morales, but we're not going too crazy. We're not going to see the percentage damage Morales, instead the damage reduction, which honestly makes sense with how Storm Esports has been playing. Knocked back onto Lutado. Where's the supports? Armor is dropped. Lutado kiting BBJ away. Loma goes for a long ride, and a rocket ride is sidestepped by Hosty. Very nice.
Really nicely done. Didn't even need that extra Morales help. Jaina going to be blasted into oblivion as Imperius is stacking up hard. They're going to continue to race in down here. Both supports and Vala very healthy. And for BBJ here, trying to get him with the spear. Not going to be able to do so. Eats the roots. A little bit of damage into the wall. But of course, the double support going to save the day.
Nice.
Ooh, and an interrupt coming out onto the Wrath of the Angiras. Not typically seen for Imperius here.
Loba, Haymaker, Lutado's over the wall. Lutado is tanking, no where's the supports. Rafa Van Jareth pulls out Junkrat. Here comes the heal, and Lutado tanking through. Total mayhem is eaten by Madara, but he is alive. Nice lurking arm prevents the stun from landing onto Lutado, but they dive even deeper. Loba has escaped. Dayquaza will not be so lucky. It was a stim drone. Imperius with Holy Further this time, and just Simplicity. They're gaining momentum. Bot Bell Tower goes down. They're looking for Loba, but the spear not off cooldown.
Really well done. So, one of the ways you can counteract Blaze with the combustion is to interrupt him with any kind of CC, because that does make it go off immediately and gives you less damage. Well, that doesn't work. You could always just absolutely dongle on him, too, because if he's dead, you know, he can't channel that all. So really well done by the members of Simplicity here. They're making their way back into the game. They actually have the XP lead now, despite the fact that it was looking really rough, and it still is in terms of kills, 7-11. Most of it has been happening bottom lane, so the Vikings have been kind of free to just do whatever they want.
They are performing beautifully here, and they are going to be able to start joining these team fights as they have that Nordic attack squad. And they've also gone for the 64 kilobyte marathon here, getting that 40% extra movement speed and the ability to break out of slows and roots. So they're going to be able to chase down. Balog dies, but is immediately revived and wraps around. Surprise Viking flank. Never mind, time to leave, because there's way too many people here. Balog's dead, Eric's dead, Olaf lives.
And continue to fight it out here. Stuka with a great silence. They look at Jada here, has to burn the ice block, ends up going down anyway. Vala has once again hit the 4th cap for her quest there. So just chunking away at folks. Really, really well done, as you can see. Despite a couple of deaths, still absolutely dongling on fools. You know, no problem. Absolutely, as God intended it. Madara goes in, Madara goes out. Now it's time for Junkrat to go into the sky. Doesn't connect onto anyone, though. Great spear, but the Morales grenade takes him off. Legacy running for his life, not going to be able to get this time away. And Lutano also looking to meet a similar fate.
They got it. They finally were able to dive onto it, but in the meantime, channels are coming across from Simplicity. They still hold bot. Vikings got 1 channel already. Then it's still going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Storm, but it's only going to be 5-6. Goodbye, Stukov, though. We're starting to see the snowball a bit for Storm, because Simplicity are still fighting. The Vikings are grouped. Here comes the percentage damage, and Concussion Mine shuts down the fire, but Mana is still isolated.
Trying to get out. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to worm his way out of this one. Has been able to stay alive for quite some time, but it turns out when you're 5v1, the consequences can be disastrous there. So, Storm bringing it back here. Going to be able to grab both of these. Sapper Camp's going to turn in, get that bottom camp most likely, and they're looking pretty gosh darn good right now. They're on the road to 20.
They're looking real solid, but it's not too far behind from Simplicity, and they're still getting that Viking soak. Still keeping themselves in this. Lutano needs to get out of here. He will die. Rocket Ride, stun, Volt, dead.
Taking a look at this. Bala still has 1% bonus hatred attack from those 4 deaths, so not completely giving up on the Gambit quest there. Still, you know, a little bit, but it's been a really rough time for the auto attack Bala.
That last 5% was messing up my AAs. Love it. In the meantime, sneaky Stim Drone was burned to guarantee the boss. Good start on the IB tanks to prevent the Concussion Mine from the steal. That's going to be a combustion onto the majority of the Vikings, but Eric still lives. As long as one Viking lives, they can get the revive, but never mind! Taken out with the Jada combo. Epi popping off in that fight.
Gonna find the stun underneath. Towers looking for Hosty here. Massive shove to keep him alive just a little bit longer. Legacy trying to get to him. Big stun. Surrounded by 4. Finally ends up going down. Lutano is back. It's going to be a Junkrat chat that has to be eaten, has to be taken care of. Kepi better be careful. This is still definitely someone that can be picked off by Morales Jano.
Need to be careful. There is, like you say, a lot of damage to be done, but it's going to be a little easier for them now as they do hit that level 20, so they have a lot more snowball potential and have a better chance to kill them quicker before the immediate blow-ups. We see Cannonball, the upgraded Haymaker with Grand Slam, Wintermute, the Flash Fire, such a big talent upgrade, and mixing fire for Lucio. Lutano wants absolutely none of that.
That's a really rough position to be in right now. Gonna have to wait for the rest of the team to come back. Meanwhile, though, mid needs to be defended, so we're gonna see them come in that way. Actually, the aggressive vault from Lutano there. Not gonna be able to find Dequaza just yet. The rest of the team has reconvened on them. We should see the members of Storm set their eyes on this middle forward.
They're going to continue to harass it. Storm in control right now. They have so much burst. They've been able to find Bannerer, chasing him down, using that reverse stab to do some damage and slow him. But the healing from Morales a bit too much. Massive shove! What a play! Hosty dies, but his trade is worth it. 2 for 1. Hosty popping. Oh, the team's having a lovely time. That's a really important double kill for Simplicity. Can they get the turnaround? Can they get out of base? Because Ivy Tiggs is still zoning. Concussion mines, steel traps, BBJ, and Dequaza is sidestepped.
Really nicely done. You know, I don't even think you can be mad at dying there. That's every Stukov's dream. They were able to realize it. And this is quite a good trade for the members of Simplicity. Viking will end up going down, but they were able to find level 20. They found a really solid double kill there. So now they can look to come and contest this bottom point and keep themselves in the game.
They have a numbers advantage. They have play again to revive that Viking, gain the percentage damage. They also have the second play again with checkpoint reached. We're seeing that hospice care, such a big talent. Safeguard targets are unkillable for 1 second. Big charge from Blaze, but they were able to interrupt pretty quickly with the spear from Imperius. Dequaza's in trouble. Surprise Vikings with percentage damage. Clean up the Blaze.
Really nicely done. Taking a look here, we have that checkpoint read. So if all the Vikings die after 10 seconds, they will come back again when that play again is used. Junkrat popped into oblivion there. Hosty in the death zone themselves this time. Murden traded out. You know, that's every Murden's dream too, to get the haymaker into the death zone. So well done. This match has everything.
Everyone gets something. Everyone gets a little bit of what they want. The classic Olaf wave clear here, working on that bottom bell tower to regain some control. Imperius is in 100% the wrong place. Madara needs to get out of there, but will be able to back up and start working on that siege camp. Eric still soaking away. But this isn't over. 8-16. Simplicity is still fighting back. Some of these level 20s are a big one we haven't talked about here. The unrelenting descent from Imperius. The healing if he lands at a Wrath of Angeris.
I had forgotten that was the upgrade, since most folks don't end up going for the Wrath of the Angeris. We are going to see bottom taken back there now. This could go anyone's way, honestly. Right now, it is in favor of Storm Esports, as they will have a couple more members resing just like a little bit quicker here. But right now, it's all about just waiting for those teammates to get back and then trying to make something happen there. This will be a double alter phase in just a few moments. So we'll have to see how the teams are able to turn it. If the members of Storm Esports are able to, you know, find a superior team fight here, then they could potentially win the game.
Sorry, the chat is making me laugh. You're 100% right. If they can get their position, if they can get the position and get a clean up, but instead we're going to see the quick movement from Simplicity, going to try and take out Dequaza early. They succeed. That combustion not doing too much here at the other side of the map. Madara was able to pick up a kill as well, and Wrath of Angeris brings the team a present. That's going to be potentially 8 shots going over to Simplicity, coming back in and evening up the score after a delay.
IB Tings is in position. He's going to keep pumping them away, trying to interrupt folks. He does have that cannonball. So remember, that is the explosion radius and the damage increased by 50%.
IB Tings, please! Butter was trying to get to him, but he can't step forward. Steel Trap lands. They have to drop the unkillable to keep him alive. They miss again, but the zoning has finally been enough to land that channel. The core count's evened up, and they get the killer to Loba on the way.
Oh my goodness, there is that extra unkillable coming out there. Madara looking for Ivy Tings, and I don't even blame him. This is honestly just so frustrating. Just trying to do your job. He's coming in. Great once again, that hospice care, as you were talking about. is going to be the top side going over to the side of... Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It's so good! It's so good! That's insane!
Oh, what is that cooldown?
Well, he's gone for the cooldown reduction on the Vandium plating, so he already has a 2-second cooldown reduction off. Cooldown reduction off of that. He gets 2 of those shield with 2 shield sequencer, and even more with hospice care, not cooldown reduction, but just able to spam it and it heals. It's insane. It's so good.
Oh my god, is Morales the most OP healer in the game? Are we all a bunch of fools?
Late game? If you can live to 20, maybe! That's when you see that power. Also, the Unrelenting Descent was really good in that fight. The cooldown reduction and the 30% healing on what was basically a 5th health Madara on that Imperius, and then pops back up with half health after grabbing a kill. It's insane. So good.
Really well done. We are going to jump into that weird race kind of situation that we have all been in so many times before, of just trying to take back these towers as quickly as the enemy can capture them. They're going to look for Kepi here, not going to connect with that spear. We'll see 2 Vikings go down, however. Once again, Plagan will come out. They'll be back up in just a couple of seconds. All the Vikings descend. Morales will end up going down as well there. They are back. Kepi will end up falling. Hosey getting very low. Sukov chunked out. BBJ looking for Madara here. He is very low. Those nerfs really showing on the Lucio mixing fire. He's going to be the next to go down. Madara, unrelenting descent. He hits the hero. Going to get quite a bit of health back there. There's the rocket ride. Not enough. And now Madara looking for more. It's a complete bloodbath. Lava jumping with the Dwarf Tots over, looking for Lutana, who is being chunked out. Ivy Jinx is back. Dekwaza will go down. Murden will go down. Ivy Tings, the next on the chopping block. And this will surely be secured by the members of Simplicity.
They have lethal, but it is Showmatch time, so Madara nearly dies to a bell tower. Jay's gonna channel that in. That is going to be GG. Simplicity with the Morales Vikings combo are able to secure the Showmatch, and they win not just DreamHack Beyond, but some Zowie Mice as well. Well played, Simplicity. You are, by no doubt, the champions.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a great week if you're a Simplicity player, if you're a Simplicity fan. They just won all that CCL money, they just won all that DreamHack money, they've got some mice, you know, like this has gotta be, like, the best weekend for them.
One of their players won the Masters Clash. It's been a good week for Masquerade especially. Looking amazing. 26 to 27. 96,000 hero damage on the Vala. 49k on it, the Vikings, when they got some late game percentage damage.
I feel like the kills in this game are probably equivalent to every single series that has been on this channel earlier today, just because they are such, you know, low kill, tactical, thought out. Every team fight is impactful games. And this time it was all caution thrown to the wind. Your Morales is being targeted. That sucks. I have a, 5-man spear, so I guess you should just, like, try not to die. Very, very well done. Very fun.
Wonderful to see. Storm, fantastic play from them. They brought out some fun stuff. They bamboozled us into thinking that they were just going to come in with all standard stuff, and then they bring out the Haymaker Rocket Ride Combustion combo. And it was good, but not good enough for the double revive Wrath of Angeris Vikings combo with percentage damage and a Morales unkillable to dive the death zone. I cannot wait to see if we get Morales in more.
Absolutely. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope we get to see more, even if it is silly. We've definitely seen the prowess of these players, of some of these heroes. So please, try something silly today. Thank you everyone so much. Thank you for DreamHack. Thank you for giving Heroes of the Storm a chance. I hope you guys all had an absolutely fantastic series. My name is Jinxie Cat. With me is the wonderful Tetcher. Have a great rest of your weekend, friends, and we will see you all next time.